Hi everyone, the Lone Wolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online. Welcome also to sisi, the test server for EVE Online. And in today's video I want to take a look at the new iteration of the icon update that CCP wants to do. So let's get in a ship. I actually dropped several ships off at a planet because there's not that many people on the test server at the moment, just so we can take a look at the new icon scheme. But I didn't drop a carrier, so a capital ship may look a bit different, so we'll test all of that out here for just a moment. Someone did drop some Hammerhead 2s here, so we can already see that that is still very space invadery looking when it comes to the drones. And over here we've got a Jaguar in the form of a small triangle. Now the icons that you'll see every day, stuff like, let's also head to where I'm supposed to go. I think it was planet 1 at 100 kilometers. So let's get over there. So stuff like stations right here, that icon. Here are the stargates, not that different from what we have on TQ now. Then over here, what the hell? And now he's in a capsule, so that's what a capsule looks like. Yeah, thank you very much. That's awesome, because no way for me to show that in any other way. But he ejected from his Jaguar, which is a small triangle, and this is what a pod looks like. So that one's okay. And as I was saying, all the other ones here, Derelict Ruin and a Jove Observatory have their own icon. I definitely also like the asteroid belts here. That looks a bit like a small asteroid belt of just 3 asteroids, but that's pretty fitting. And personally, I feel that this is better than the first iteration that they tried. So with like the gray within the icons, it makes them maybe a bit more recognizable, and they definitely feel better than the first iteration we saw. Still, I see the question asked quite a bit, is it worth it to try and get a new icon scheme going when the one we have on TQ at the moment seems perfectly doable? And I sort of have to agree. While so far this one doesn't feel like a setback, is this worth the development time to go for new icons when I do feel that we have perfectly viable ones at the moment on the live server? I'm not entirely sure, but let's drop here on the planet and then let's see if we can look at some of the other icons. So again, people did drop drones all over the place. Maybe it's from like a combat situation or something like that, but here we go. I dropped a few ships. So again, we've got the small triangle, which is a frigate. That's quite okay. Then we've got the triangle with an extra part below that. That's a destroyer. So over here we've got the catalyst. Maybe I can zoom in on it and then you can see the icon right there. That's still good. But here is where one thing that I don't really like. If I go for the Vexor, so this is a cruiser icon. It's okay, a step up from the frigate one, so that's pretty obvious progression. But if I then jump to the battleship, this is the battleship icon, and it's smaller than the cruiser icon in surface. So this feels a little weird to me. So I personally feel that they should do something a bit different for the battleship. That would be the one that I don't like in this series. Then over here, of course, we do have a battle cruiser, so that's again the same as a cruiser, but with something extra below it. That's probably workable and easily recognizable. And then over here I've got a Nitron Mark V, so that has its own icon. Same with the Mackinac. The round edges indicating like a vessel that's not really a combat ship, more of a transport ship or something like that. I feel that that's quite okay. That does fit and helps with the recognition. But yeah, the battleship one feels a bit out of line when you go from a frigate to a cruiser. So that one, I think I'd prefer something that shows a more massive ship than the cruiser and the battle cruiser, and this icon doesn't immediately show that, in my opinion. And then I guess to end up with here, I'll eject from the Thanatos. We'll have a quick look at that. Eject, yes. What does the Thanatos? Okay, now that's obviously a capital ship. Like a diamond-shaped square there, so that's okay. This is obviously bigger than any of the other ones in the list right here on the overview, so I feel that this one is quite alright, and I'm guessing that a super carrier will have like extra bits on this, so this is alright. I do feel that the new icon scheme is workable and acceptable. None of this feels completely out of place or overwhelming or completely wrong. I like the asteroid belt ones. What was the sun? That was like, yeah, the same as a planet, but again with extra bits around it. So here we've got the sun icon. And then the stations, those are just squares. Here we get a mobile depot. That's actually kind of weird. The mobile depot is as big as a station. You should like maybe make that half as big, just to show that it's a small deployable or something like that. That should be possible, especially if you're gonna scale up the structures in new releases with bigger structures. You're gonna want to be able to scale, I think, these squares to show small structure, medium size, and a large structure, which would then be on par with like a station or an outpost. But I feel this is okay. This is definitely better than the first attempt, and this could be workable. Let's get back in the carrier here, because I don't want to leave that one behind. And then there we go. Automatically we go back in my Quave skin, so that's pretty good. Let's also head back towards the station to dog over here. But yeah, that's a first look here at the second attempt by CCP to update the icons. I feel this is a lot better than their first attempt, but is this better than DQ than what we have now? Maybe it is because we are completely used to the icons we have on the live server already, that this feels like it's a bit unnecessary. But okay, CCP apparently does want to do it, so make sure to give your feedback to them, maybe also in the comments if they do happen to watch the video. If I had to give a few bad things about this one, I would say that definitely you need to change the mobile depot to something smaller, and then it's also the battleship one doesn't feel to have the same progression as going from a frigate to a cruiser. The icon actually makes it look like it's a smaller ship than a cruiser, and so that's something that maybe I would like to see change. But other than that, okay, my first impression on this is that this is workable. This looks decent, good quality. It's just a little bit different from TQ, but not by that much either. So yeah, let's see what CCP does with it. And I'm of course anxious to see your reactions to these new icons as well. What do you think about it? Or do you also feel that this is a bit of like a waste of time to put so much development time into something like all of these icons, when honestly you have a workable set of icons on the live servers already? Over here, what do we have here? Oh, ECM drones. So those have a separate icon as well. Pretty interesting stuff, but nothing too groundbreaking. I know that there's a lot more going on the test server at the moment. There's like new models and stuff behind those wormholes where the drifter battleships come from. But I'll check that out later if I have the time. For now, I wanted to take a look at the icons. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.